Yaktinchitsa characharam Tapadam nasitam yena Tasmai Shri Rave Namaha Babaji Vyapiyat Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tapadam nasitam yena Tasmai Shri Rave Namaha Savashruti Shiroradna Virajita Padambuja Vedantam Bhuja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Rave Namaha Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Yomatito Niranjana Bindunara Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnana Shakti Samarudha Tatvamala Vibhushita Bhukti Mukti Karadacha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Aneka Jamma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidana Atma Jnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shoshanam Bhava Sindhoscha Kyapanam Sarasampadam Guru Padorakam Samya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Na Guru Radhikam Tattvam Na Guru Radhikam Tapa Tattva Jnanat Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Manata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Radhira Nadesha Guru Paramadevatam Guru Paradaram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Tvaminam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Swami Vishwananda Guru Parane Guru Parane Guru Swami Vishwananda Guru Parane Guru Parane Guru Swami Vishwananda Swami Vishwananda Manasa Sharanam Om Prema Shanti Prema Manohara Satguru Jai Manasa Sharanam Om Prema Shanti Prema Manohara Satguru Jai Manasa Sharanam Om Prema Shanti Satguru Jai Manasa Sharanam Om Prema Shanti Prema Manohara Satguru Jai Om Shanti 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 Guru Parane Guru Parane Guru Swami Vishwananda Guru Parane Guru Parane Guru Vishwananda. Guru Parane, Guru Parane, Guru Swami Vishwananda. Manasa Sharanam, Om Prema Shanti, Prema Manohara Satguru Jai. Manasa Sharanam, Om Prema Shanti, Prema Manohara Satguru Jai. Manasa Sharanam, Om Prema Shanti, Prema Manohara Satguru Jai. Manasa Sharanam, Om Prema Shanti, Prema Manohara Satguru Jai. Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om. Guru Parane, Guru Parane, Guru Swami Vishwananda. 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 Brahma Vishnu Shiva Rupaya, Shri Vishwananda Guru Devaya. Brahma Vishnu Shiva Rupaya, Vishwananda Guru Devaya. Brahma Vishnu Shiva Rupaya, Shri Vishwananda Guru Devaya. Brahma Vishnu Shiva Rupaya, Shri Vishwananda Guru Devaya. Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om. Guru Parane, Guru Parane, Guru Swami Vishwananda. 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 Manasa Sharanam, Om Prema Shanti, Prema Manohara Satguru Jai. Manasa Sharanam, Om Prema Shanti, Prema Manohara Satguru Jai. Manasa Sharanam, Om Prema Shanti, Prema Manohara Satguru Jai. Manasa Sharanam, Om Prema Shanti, Prema Manohara Satguru Jai. Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om. Guru Parane, Guru Parane, Guru Swami Vishwananda. Guru Parane, Guru Parane, Guru Swami Vishwananda. Om Avatara Namaha, Om Vishamaya Namaha, Om Devakara Samudaya Namaha, Om Sushmatanave Namaha, Om Chinmayaya Namaha, Om Gurumutaye Namaha, Om Sundaraya Namaha, Om Sulochanaya Namaha, Om Sumugaya Namaha, Om Charvasaya Namaha, Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Padmabhujaya Namaha, Om Antagamanaaya Namaha, Om Charubararine Namaha, Om Ramaya Namaha, Om Andirastapakaya Namaha, Om Shri Babachakaya Namaha, Om Gayatri Ashwale Namaha, Om Apanasvikarakaya Namaha, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namaha, Om Namo Narayeti Mantrapasakaya Namaha, Om Swaramayaya Namaha, Om Angurakantaya Namaha, Om Krishna Sankirtana Rupaya Namaha, Om Sotapriyaya Namaha, Om Hitavashine Namaha, Om Lakmine Namaha, Om Chitrakala Visharadaya Namaha, Om Radhakaraya Namaha, Om Sadave Namaha, Om Jagatpataya Namaha, Om Savalokahitaya Namaha, Om Bhaktapriyaya Namaha, Om Sudaya Namaha, Om Anukulaya Namaha, Om Deyaya Namaha, Om Sudarshanaya Namaha, Om Bhaktavatsalaya Namaha, Om Premamurtaye Namaha, Om Shubhekshanaya Namaha, Om Pritivaranaya Namaha, Om Swastigayakaya Namaha, Om Tarakaya Namaha, Om Anugrahaya Namaha, Om Vadanaya Namaha, Om Achitaya Namaha, Om Ataya Namaha, Om Siddhipradaya Namaha, Om Janadanaya Namaha, Om Manoharaya Namaha, Om Akshaya Namaha, Om Siddheshwaraya Namaha, Om Bhasmabhushitaya Namaha, Om Atmalingaya Namaha, Om Lingachalapulsakaya Namaha, Om Siddhi Saranaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Omkarapasakaya Namaha, Om Sukshmaya Namaha, Om Vishokaya Namaha, Om Satvikaya Namaha, Om Samarashine Namaha, Om Dakshaya Namaha, Om Achityaya Namaha, Om Nirankaraya Namaha, Om Nimohaya Namaha, Om Avegraya Namaha, Om Chitakrodaya Namaha, Om Vinashilaya Namaha, Om Savashaya Namaha, Om Kushalaya Namaha, Om Shamaya Namaha, Om Satyadhamaya Namaha, Om Nimikalpaya Namaha, Om Viraktaya Namaha, Om Atindraya Namaha, Om Satyasandaya Namaha, Om Pavitraya Namaha, Om Adurasvabhavaya Namaha, Om Suranandaya Namaha, Om Nandanaya Namaha, Om Prasanatmane Namaha, Om Bhaktanilaye Namaha, Om Sakshaye Namaha, Om Samatmaye Namaha, Om Sarayogine Namaha, Om Haraye Namaha, Om Sutapaya Namaha, Om Saumyaya Namaha, Om Guyaya Namaha, Om Vibhutatmaya Namaha, Om Kabiraya Namaha, Om Guptaya Namaha, Om Atmaramaya Namaha, Om Srinivasaya Namaha, Om Devaya Namaha, Om Yudhidaraya Namaha, Om Dhanyaya Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Guratikramaaya Namaha, Om Gahanaya Namaha, Om Bhagavate Namaha, Om Harishanamagadashakaya Namaha, Om Kutasachakradakaya Namaha, Om Aviprayaya Namaha, Om Sarvamada Samadhyaya Namaha, Om Shankaravarakaaya Namaha, Om Premavatara Sri Vishwananda Swami Namaha. Ato Deva Antuno Yato Vishnu Vichakrame Devya Sapta Damali idam Vishnu vichakrame tredhani tate padam samudhamasya padum sure treni pada vichakrame Vishnu gopadabhyaha ato dharmani dayane Vishnu dhamani pasyata yato vritani paspase indrasya yujasaka tat Vishnu paramam paragum sara pashanti suryaha triviva chakshuratatam tadhi praso vipanyavo jagruvagum sasamindate Vishnu yat paramam param. Vishwananda prachodayat Om Premavattaraya Vidmahe Satgurudevaya Dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat Om Premavattaraya Vidmahe Satgurudevaya Dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat Govna Vakrutunda Makaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvighnan Kurve Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvada Sarvakayeshu Sarvada Om Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketavane Narayana Achyuta Trivikrama Chakrapane Vijaya Sakadara Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukmini Shabhavanasha Hare Murare Radesha Gopesha Surupa Bhavani Vandya Shri Dvarakasha Kunta Pate Bhuvane Kamote Gopala Deva सुप्रभात वेदत्रयं पठति गोत्रमकानभूयः गायन्ति सद्गुणगणो वरदसभागः सङ्कीर्तयन्ति कवनामकरा विशेषः श्रीनारायण ऋषया तव सुप्रभात गोपालनोदरन गोपकिशोर गोप गोपीजनानुत सुवेश भवानि पोत त्रैलोक्यमोहन सुमङ्गल दिव्य देह श्रीरुक्मिणीश वरदा तव सुप्रभात श्रीवत्स चिह्न शरणागत पारिजात भक्ताति भञ्जन कृपाकर दीनबन्धो दिव्यन्त गायति जनाप्रिय दिव्य रूप श्रीनन्द गोपतनया तव सुप्रभात पद्माक्ष पद्ममुख पद्मधर प्रमेय पद्मालयस्य हिर पद्मनिवास शौरि पद्मोपभाति सुरसेविर पालपद्म पद्मानि नागहरये तव सुप्रभात क्रीडान्तरेवि हरणाय महेन्द्रवन्द्य कन्दापदापारदीन सुदेशरूप चन्द्राननाय सितचन्द्रनलिप्तदेह गोविन्दयालवरे तव सुप्रभात श्रीनन्दनन्दन यशोरकुमार धीर ध्यायङ्गदीनदविचोन सुपुष्पहार नीलाम्बुदाश शरीर रमाविहार गोपालदेव हरये तव सुप्रभात श्रीभाष्य जन्मवति सत्य सुगन्धि वर्ग श्रीमित्रविन्ददिवसा प्रभुपुत्रिकाख्ये तिष्ठन्ति दिव्यभवने तव सेवनादं गोपीमनाप्रिय हरे तव सुप्रभात श्रीकृष्ण अच्युत अनन्त मुकुन्द शौरि राधा मनोहर जनार्दन चक्रपाणे नामानि दिव्यमुनयो सम्पदन्ति ब्राह्मी मुहूर्त समये तव सुप्रभात श्रीकृष्ण सुप्रभात ये पतन्ति अहर्निशा भूरि कृतं महापापः श्रीकृष्णाग्रहेतु ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानन्द विग्रह अनादिरादि गोविन्द सर्वकरण करण गोविन्दमादि पुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादि पुरुषं तमहं भजामि चिन्तामणि प्रकर सर्वसुखपरेश रक्षावृतेश सुरवीरनिपालयन्तम् लक्ष्मी सहस्रशतसङ्भ्रमसेव्यमानम् गोविन्दमादि पुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादि पुरुषं तमहं भजामि रेणुकलङ्कमरविन्ददयालकाशम् वारावतं सदसितं पुरसुन्दरङ्गम् कन्दापकोटिकमनीयम्
Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshururmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Gurudev. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 12, Chapter 13, Verse 16. It's one of the last ones in the Bhagavatam. It's praising Lord Shiva. It goes as follows. Nimnaganam yata Ganga Devanam Machyuto yata Vaishnavanam yata Shambhu Purananam midam data. Just as the Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, Lord Achyuta is the supreme among the deities, and Lord Shambhu, Shiva, is the greatest among the Vaishnavas. So the Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas. So four entities here which are praised the supreme: the river or the deity of Ganga, Lord Achyuta, that's the name of Lord Krishna. It means perfect, infallible. Shiva, as we have him here as the Hari Purna Bhakta, the complete worshipper or the consciousness of the Lord. And then the Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas. Why would it be the greatest of all Puranas? It's not because it's mentioned in the Purana, the Srimad Bhagavatam itself, but it's said that the Bhagavatam, it brings things alive because it has stories of the Supreme Lord and his bhaktas. So I want to talk about being on this path of being a bhakta, practically. We are all longing for unity, right? I think these things are all inherent in every person, so we all are worshipping. It depends on what you're worshipping, but there's no person who is not worshipping. You can worship evil, you can worship consumerism, you can worship sex, you can worship your desires, you can worship shamanic deities, you can worship the Supreme Lord. So in this word it said is the best that you worship Achyuta, because it's the best among the deities. So that's one thing. And Krishna also says in the Gita, like, choose and be aware of what you're worshipping or who you're worshipping. And a lot of us, I would say 80% of the crowd in Bhakti Marga itself even, we are thinking or we are saying and we are displaying, oh, we are worshipping the Lord, but we are not. So we are worshipping what you have as the motive, no? So even if you can sit in front of the deity, what is the motive why you're sitting there and why you are such a great devotee? So that is very important. What is the motive that you have and what is inside the heart? And the beauty and the ugliness of Bhakti Marga is that it brings that out. And first it's a little bit harsh, maybe to see, oh, I'm not really worshipping God. I'm worshipping maybe even myself, you know. I am great, or I am great because I have God in my life, etc., etc. So all of these bizarre things, they come up, and they get resolved by doing seva, they get resolved by being and staying on this path, and at some point you get sick of it, you want to have a proper motive, and then you start worshipping God for God himself, and that's what we call bhakti. So this longing for unity, it is really there, and it's completely legitimate. We all want to be in harmony. We all want to be even one with everything and everyone in a way. And now we are arriving at this path where it is clearly stating, no, you will not merge into God. And everyone who is coming from, I don't know, worshipping Shiva or worshipping in the Advaitic form, then everyone goes like, oh, no. So I want to state and make the claim that actually we can merge. Okay, you can merge in a specific way, that you consider yourself a pearl and a thread, and Shiva is the thread, Lord Narayana is the thread and connecting all the pearls, and we all remain in our identity, and yet we are one. That's true. That's our philosophic approach. Vishishtadvaitic. But there's the other very simple one. You can merge with like who you are, because we are pushed so much to do seva, we are pushed so much to forget about ourselves and our needs and our time and our wants, that there must be a reason for this, a very good reason. And this whole path of doing seva, the whole path of serving each other and serving or supporting each other to ultimately serve the Lord, it brings out that true being of us. I was once, I don't know, it happens here, like you go through the lobby or you go to the breakfast buffet or whatever, and somebody is shooting a comment at you. And one day somebody said, yeah, you know, service is your true being. Just casually told me at breakfast. And I said, that's so true. And I wasn't aware, really. And if we would be self-realized, then that's what you want to do. You don't want to walk around and say, I'm self-realized. What about you? No, but we would just waste no minute to actually engage in that seva. Guruji, I think yesterday he put it in his tweet, that he says that the soul is crying when we don't seize the opportunities, because that's what the soul wants. So this unity of realizing, actually that's what you want. You want to serve the Lord. How innocent, how pure is that? It doesn't fit into a dirty time like this one. But as the yugas coexist, in the most dirty time, you also have the most pure and the most innocent. So for us to remind ourselves what we want as a unity with ourselves is probably that we want to be undisturbed in our service to God. Let that sink in for a moment. So we want to merge. We want to be in unity. And same, we all have desires. Now, would it help to say, now you get rid of your desires? It's true, that will be the most perfect thing, but how do you do that? Because the desires, just like these demons in the Puranas, which are not as good as the Srimad Bhagavatam Purana, but there's also other 17 valid Puranas where you have all these stories of demons fighting against deities and heroes. And it's all about this, these desires. We are constantly fighting with them. And they're so subtle in a way that they make us believe, maybe like modern politics, that we want these things, but maybe we don't want these things. So desires have to go out. But how do they go out? It's not by neglecting or by negating them, but we have to find something that we truly desire. So what we truly desire is God. And that, again, let that sink in, because even at that point, like your hair might stand on end with, well, I only truly desire God. That's so true, actually. When you die, then this is what we realize. Oops. As soon as we're out of this body and system and Maya and imprisonment of what we have to do, and then as soon as you're out, you have that clarity that actually this is what you should have used your life, your past 90, 100 years for, to actually want only God. So the trick is to actually do that while it is not so obvious. It's like you make an investment into a Microsoft or Nvidia when it was still part of the masses. You didn't see how valuable it is, But this is the same with wanting God. You make the investment at a time when nobody really cares. And then afterwards you are the big winner. So we all want that unity. We all want to merge. And the suggestion how to merge on this path is not to be too cheap about it and say, I want to merge with God, and then I can be God as well. To some extent we do that, but we do it in a way which I believe is, you go the full way, is what is God doing? God is really serving all the time. When you see how Krishna behaves, for example, in the Mahabharata, how Guruji behaves in what's currently happening as a story, he's only doing and serving for others. There's nothing selfish about it. So if we arrive at not being selfish, then you are pretty much God realized. God is love and God is service. Yeah, but God is also great and He's powerful. It's very tempting, but I think we don't want to have that power and responsibility. So there's a good side about it also. So the way how to satisfy, how to fulfill that longing for unity and for this merging, I think is a very good way that you merge with the mission of the Guru. That you find your way in a harmonious way to be an element, a part of this mission of Guruji, and that you merge with that you don't stay separate, that you don't have too much or at all your own things. That's the way how you can satisfy that longing for merging. And the unity that we have with ourselves, it comes by this precious teaching of Guruji, by accepting. I think it is an underrated superpower. Yeah, just accept things and move on. We casually say, yeah, I don't care. And for those who want to learn English, that actually what you mean is you don't mind. Is that when you don't mind about things, is that actually you do care, but in the end you're not attached to result. So you say when you don't know English, you say, I don't care. But that is so careless to say. Because you're throwing out the baby with the water. So to accept yourself, even I, like when I heard these glorious satsangs and teachings of Guruji, I have, one of my bhavs is to really worship and honor Guruji as such a great teacher, because I had bad teachers all my life. That's maybe when I teach, I really care, because I know how it feels to sit in the audience and you have a bad teacher. I even went to private school, like my parents paid for private school, but also there, only, not so good teachers. Like I was even sitting in the English class with a Newsweek magazine under the table to study vocabulary, because I was not learning anything in the actual class. So I was always longing for knowledge. I was always longing for education, but I didn't get, funnily. So I worship Guruji as a great, great teacher, and he's really going to the bottom of it, to the bottom of our heart. And one day when I try to accept, I want to share this prayer with you, because I think it's an underrated superpower. I pray to Guruji, when I accept, it's not that powerful. I still can't accept this thing. So I made kind of a daily roulette out of it. And every morning I used to pray, Guruji, please, you give me your power. Listen well. Please, Guruji, you give me your power to accept one thing of your choice. And then very often 30 seconds later it happened. But I was so much into the storm, and I could see how much I completely cannot accept, how completely maybe are at war with certain things inside myself. And then the war went on, etc. But then 1-2 hours later, I was done with it. And the whole thing I could really accept, and I could be in unity with myself. I could satisfy that longing to merge with my true being. What you call in Sanskrit is roga, what is around the soul. Roga is the stuff, the desires, the expectations, the memories that don't do you good, that are around the soul and that are clouding the clarity. The desires, they're distorting the vision for what you really want. So all of that, it goes away by accepting it. You say, no, from now on I want to be a perfect being. But you won't achieve anything by saying that. As Guruji would put it, he would say, first become a human being and see yourself in your complete picture, and from there you become a Haribhakta. So accepting as an underrated superpower is if you not only try to accept yourself, but even if you would ask Guruji for his grace and power, that you are capable of accepting something, maybe even of his choice, what he would see that you need to accept, what would greatly help you to merge with your being, then try out that prayer. Guruji, I pray that by your power I can accept something. And then the whole thing will get cleaned up. And then the roga, what you have around the soul, that will soften up and disappear, because it is an approach which is not aggressive towards yourself. Everything else, like, I should be higher in the hierarchy. I should have more status. I should be greater than I am today. Why is not everyone seeing how great I am? All of this stuff is aggressive towards ourselves. Everything, like every day, we would be beating ourselves up for this. But to accept how it is actually a friendly approach towards your being. And like that, slowly, indirectly, this wonderful transformation can come, that you accept how you are, and then suddenly everything is right. And that, again, would also very much satisfy this longing for unity, for longing to be in harmony. And I would say the topmost is to want God alone. So if you're really interested in what bhakti is, then sooner or later you will arrive at this point that you have to make a decision, that we have to make a decision. Do you want him now or do you not want him now? And we can pull and defer that decision for ages, and probably have, otherwise we would not be sitting here. And long story short, bhakti is to want God only. And I would even say it doesn't matter if you're a lousy servant or a perfect servant. You will become a perfect servant. But at the root, what must be there is that you really want him only. It depends, of course, how much we have already spent time and suffering in various detours in the past, and still that desire to want something else and other than God is there. Me personally, on this journey with Guruji, more and more he shows me God, he can fulfill whatever desire you have, even so much better. So there's no need even to try in a very awkward way to satisfy our own desires and go out and try and manipulate and force things. It is so unelegant and so inefficient. It's like this, we make fools out of ourselves. But this elegant way of only wanting God and to actually really work for that, that is to be in that ultimate unity, in that ultimate harmony with ourselves. Because the worst thing, especially for bhakta, is when we die and then we have that moment and we didn't use the time that actually to really want God alone. And then you lost all these great opportunities, or this life, when Guruji is giving that opportunity of opening the door towards Vaikuntha like so generously. Yeah, merging. So in this case, I think it's possible to merge, is also to understand what it means to merge. I think whoever has really met God cannot stay a cheap character. So if you haven't really met God, for example, you've lived around the time of Jesus, and then you can talk about it, you can hear about him, you can tell amazing things about him, you can even say or be a great orator or a talker about how great the love of Jesus was, but you never really met Jesus. You never got in touch with the person. So like this, I think a lot of people, they have not really come in touch with the being of God. I mean, often when people come to Bhakti Marga, this was for me, then you get surprised by that touch of that power of love, which is the power transformation inherent in Bhakti Marga. And you say, I have not experienced this before. Well, I would say that if you see the divinity of God and who Guruji is, then you have that touch in Bhakti Marga and you get touched by that love. And whoever has met and be in touch, be in contact with divinity, you cannot stay a cheap character. So you cannot continue to talk like, oh, I just have to forget and like see that everything is just an illusion, and then I'm God myself. And I just have to meditate correctly, and I see I'm one with that divinity, I'm one with God. Everything is just one big soup. No, you cannot talk like this anymore, because you see that somebody is God and you are his servant. But this doesn't come from the book. Doesn't come from the book. How can you ever arrive at this opportunity? Well, you have developed over several experiences, several lives, that you need to be humble and that you can associate with those who already are close with God, as a Nitya Suris or any great saints and sadhus. So you cannot stay cheap with having met God. And then when you have met God, this is how you develop that very specialized and qualified approach of merging with him. You see, I want to merge with my identity of actually being a servant. How put that practice into the Guru's mission is I want to merge with my seva position. I don't want to scrape out my egoistic secret agendas here, to pull Guruji into that dirt and let him help me to realize what I want from this avatar. No, but let me ask him what he actually wants from me, where I can be of service. There was one guy on a pilgrimage one time. It was in the previous age when I was still traveling with Guruji. And then he was new on the path. Actually, he's a Swami today. And then, but not here. So not that you have wrong associations, but he's not here in SPN. So he was very fresh. He met Guruji in the hotel lobby and he was so overwhelmed and so enthusiastic. It was so beautiful to see. I said, you are in my life now. I am so happy. Man, it was a beautiful scene. Really beautiful. And then Guruji, at some point, I think later, 1, 2 days, 3 days later at breakfast, he said, okay, what do you want to do? And you know what he said? He said, Guruji, what is there to do? He said, you tell me what I have to do. So he had that readiness, you know. You don't need to tell that person to merge into the mission of the Guru. So that is ways to satisfy the longing and do it in a qualified way. So to merge with the seva, the being that you are. And when roga or stuff around your soul is bothering, you then you pray for Guruji's power to accept yourself. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Da la da la da da ine. Da la da la da da ine. Oh da la da la da da ine. Da la da la da da ine. Hiranyakashipu raksha. Hiranyakashipu raksha. Hiranyakashipu raksha. Hiranyakashipu raksha. Shilatankana kalaye. Shilatankana kalaye. Shilatankana kalaye. Shilatankana kalaye. Ito narasimo para ito narasimo. 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 Yato yato yamita to 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 narasimo. Tayo narasimo, ridaye narasimo. Tayo narasimo, ridaye narasimo. Tayo narasimo, ridaye narasimo. Tayo narasimo, ridaye narasimo. Narasimhamadim sharanam prapade. Narasimhamadim sharanam prapade. Narasimhamadim sharanam prapade. Vishwananda Gurudev,
Vishwananda Gurudev, Gurudev, Sri Vishwananda.
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Prapatiyane Karataya Mangala Mangala Me Prapatiyane Karataya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Saligrama Pratisthitaya Mangala Mangala Me Saligrama Pratisthitaya Mangala Mangala Me Ridandadharine Gadarajaya Mangala Mangala Me Ridandadharine Gadarajaya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare, Bhakta Janon ke Sankat Das Janon ke Sankat Jana mein dur kare, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Mane chakra rakho ji, Giridhari lala chakra rakho ji, Giridhari lala chakra rakho ji, Giridhari lala chakra rakho ji, Mane chakra rakho ji, Giridhari lala chakra rakho ji, Giridhari lala chakra rakho ji, Giridhari lala chakra rakho ji. Chakrako, chakrako, chakrako ji. Chakrako, chakrako, chakrako ji. Mane chakrako ji. Giridhari lala chakrako ji. Shama mane chakrako ji. Giridhari lala chakrako ji. Govinda mane chakrako ji. Giridhari lala chakrako ji. Giridhari lala chakrako ji. Giridhari lala chakrako ji. Giridhari lala chakrako ji. Tvameva mata charita tvameva, Tvameva bandusha sakha tvameva, Tvameva nitya pravinam tvameva, Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om Asato Sagamaya, Tamaso Jyotirgamaya, Nityanam Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om. Prem se bola Shri Lakshmi Narayana Bhagavan ki, Shri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Mandir ki, Shri Radha Krishna Kriya Lala ki, Shri Mahavtara Kriya Babaji ki, Shri Ramanuja Acharya ki. Prem se bolo Satgurudeva Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki. Om Krim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijanavalabhaya Paraya Paramapurushaya Parakama Mantra Yantra Tantra Aushadasya Sastraya Samaraya Samaraya Vichaya Mochaya Mochaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudashanaya Dite Chalapritaya Sadati Shabanamupa Parashmaya Paramahme Parashmaya Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om.